like my name was Miranda. I'm bigger dead than alive, I'm bigger dead than alive. One more time, this is forever, remember the legend, he never gon' die, yeah. I'm bigger dead than alive, bigger dead than alive. I'm bigger dead than alive, dead than alive, yeah. I'm bigger dead than alive, bigger dead than alive, Just making sure that you know why, because this is forever. And there will be no surrender. Yeah. You know that this right here forever. No surrender. It's forever. You know this right here forever. No surrender. It's forever. You know this right here forever. I am receiving a legacy. I am the one that they paid us. Got something to say to me, say it. You know I've been waiting so patiently. This is my legacy. Y'all don't believe me, then wait. Basically, I have been running things. You can just go on and take a seat. Yeah. Loving they hated me, put that on everything. Not on my level. You can't be the enemy. This is the plan that we showing them anyway. Hit up the lawyers and give them the NDA. Woo! This is the brand new. This is the brand new. Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. And there ain't no thing that you'll be taking from me. Man, that came from nothing. Made it something. Name is buzzing. Call me Ryan Gosling. Hey, gon' know that they gonna love me more when I'm gone or retired. The throne, the kind of things that I'm gonna be feeling like a god, because this is forever. And there will be no surrender. Yeah. You know that this right here forever. No surrender. It's forever. You know this right here forever. No surrender. It's forever. You know this right here forever. I'm bigger dead than alive. Bigger dead than alive. I'm bigger dead than alive. Dead than alive. Yeah. I'm bigger dead than alive. Bigger dead than alive. Making sure that you know why, because this is really, I never been better. Legacy, this is forever. Really, I never been better. Legacy, this is forever. Really, I never been better. The legacy live on forever. Yo, remember the legend and know that he never surrendered, because this is forever. And there will be no surrender. Yeah. You know that this right here forever. No surrender. It's forever. You know this right here forever. No surrender. It's forever. You know this right here forever.
Making money ain't a problem, yeah. I could pay away the pain and it really gonna solve it, no. Yeah. All this cash in the bank and I'm never gonna forget where I came from. LA, show me screaming, don't trip. Yeah. They don't wanna see me win.
I've been on the road for 6 months, don't ever doubt me. I never flinch like 24 under out of bounds play. Bounty hunters, what they call me, Kevin Burgess. Where my arm is, I'm in my calling, bro, get up off me. Pity parties, what you always throwing. If you don't work on music, don't expect to eat from torn. Your verse is born, bro, I've been on course of blueprints, laying them out. I tried to pay away the pain, but it's still hanging around. Honestly, I never said this life is perfect. If your church ain't talking about social injustice, it ain't working. Why the sermons that we listen to be on the surface, maybe tough topics bring collection, place negative earnings. I'm so certain of my pen game and all my verses. Lucy lurking for my worship, but I'm so immersed with the Son of God. I'll admit though that I ain't perfect. Must be ignorant, bro. It's hard to be the bigger person.
Making money ain't a problem, yeah. I could pay away the pain and it really gonna solve it, no. Yeah. All this cash in the bank and I'm never gonna forget where I came from. LA, show me screaming, don't trip. They don't wanna see me win.
They don't wanna see me win. None of y'all is kin. I beat the game twice. I'm on the final boss again. Let me break it down. No one cares about your craft, cause you ain't even getting looked at unless you talking cash.
tell me that this isn't real. Please don't tell me you don't need me here. Please don't tell me that. Please don't tell me that. Please don't tell me you don't need me here. Please don't tell me that this isn't real. Please don't tell me you don't need me here. Please don't tell me that. Please don't tell me that. Please don't tell me you don't need me here. Please don't tell me that this isn't real. Please don't tell me you don't need me here. Please don't tell me that.
I've been trying to come up with the highest of feelings, but there ain't nothing new under the sun, so you avoid to touch any of the cold waters, 'cause sometimes love ain't that thing you're afraid of. Show me a place where a face ain't worth the dime.
disgusting. Oh my God, June. Oh.
Absolutely devastating.
He's actually in a really good spot for his teammate to watch over him and give him assistance, but no one really watching the main run-up. And oh, what a trophy system collateral kill!
Oh, they gotta get on the point. They gotta get on the point. They're gonna run out of time. Can they contest? They are with 1.4 seconds. And Phil is gonna go down. We are gonna be seeing him now. No, out of the point, and Wave Runners by the skin of their teeth are gonna be able to hold on.
Can he play from a horse? Oh, holy! He's gonna get another one.
As Hoy will quick scope heavy.
But it's gonna not necessarily translate to control from the bottom lane, as Legacy just being an absolute nuisance here with his team just getting such a back control here.
Kill is gonna get hustled down to 2v2. They should have had the man up, and now Austin's gonna try to get one. He's gonna look for the double, can't quite get it. Zuxium, the last man alive, and now it's Zuxium trying to finish off the team. He's gonna stun him there, see one. One's gonna push out, it's gonna get taken out. Zuxium can finish it right here, 7 points left. Taking out another one more pushes out. He's gonna get taken out by teammates, and that's gonna be Hype Esport taking map number 1.
I see it now, I see it now. And we are live with the K7 League Season 3 Call of Duty fans. I'm FBI Tugbutt. I'm here with my man McCornmeal. We got Connie down there producing away in producer's box, making our jobs as casters just so much easier, and we do appreciate that. Little God Gaming action versus Swear Society tonight, McCornmeal.
Yeah, and it's an opportunity for one of these two teams to finally break out of that defeated mindset. Both teams coming into this matchup at 0-2, and neither team with a really outstanding map count to show for it either. 0-6 for God Gaming in the overall map count. Swear Society at 1-6. However, again, looking for an opportunity to find themselves a first win here inside of Season 3 of the K7 League. It's Week 3, game number 22, and it's going to be a good one, especially with both of these teams vying for that first win inside of this season.
Yeah, no, I hear you. A single map taken from Swear Society. God Gaming still looking for their first. I guarantee one of these teams will take a match win here today. Where it will happen? Let's get on into that. Talking about maps here. Starting off, little Moscow Moscow hardpoint. Search and destroy over there on the raid. We'll get a raid control as well, guaranteed. So at least 2 raids. Garrison over there for the second hardpoint. Rounding it out, Moscow back. Start there, we in there. If we go to 5 maps.
Those are maps and modes presented by GitGudHosts, but now we'll introduce the 2 rosters for both of these 2 teams. God Gaming up first. They won 3-0, and that's their only game that they've been able to take off one of these teams. It's Seeker, Splash, the Dreads, and Saiku. Swear Society, on the other hand, for that roster, that's going to be none other than Carl, Vito, Island, and Nick Vulture. So there are your 2 teams here for our map. We've got the stage set for a Moscow hardpoint in map number 1. Let's talk a bit about map number 1 in that hardpoint, specifically on Moscow. Points number 2 and 3, the big money hills on this map. But point number 4 has been turning into a money hill for a lot of teams, especially if you're able to control those bankside spawns and get those long-range ARs inside of the bus looking down long range. It's going to be interesting to see which one of these 2 teams can dominate in terms of that AR pressure, as well as getting to those power positions first. But again, namely those 2 rotations from point 2 to 3 are going to be the ones that we have to key up and look for throughout the entirety of this Moscow hardpoint. I don't see this one ending within just 2 rotations of hardpoints, or probably see a third at least.
Yeah, exactly. We're definitely not anticipating no 200-point clubs, maybe even not 100-point clubs. We'll see as we do get into this. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, though. Swear Society, who has taken the map, God Gaming is coming through 0-6 so far on map counts. Swear Society did do that in a control as well. That was against the Living Nightmare squad, and that was in 3-0 fashion. So that's definitely Swear Society showing that they can get it done. Shows some superiority on the respawn game modes. Moscow first. This is MatchDay. This is the K7 League, and I want to give a shout out to our partners that do make this possible. First and foremost, Innovated Gear, Rogue Energy, DropShotStats, GitGudHosts, and Gamers Resort. We do appreciate you guys, our partners, making this possible again.
Moscow hardpoint, the flyover. It's a work of beauty. The craft from the production side of things, But as we get ready to get into map number 1 here on Moscow, I am looking forward to see which of these two teams is going to come out with the firepower at the very beginning. Of course, middle map control can be telling of 2 reasons. 1, it can show which team has the hot slaying hand immediately inside of the matchup. But number 2, it goes ahead and shows which team may go ahead and lead themselves towards the correct spawn side, especially for point number 2 by that backed police department. So Tugboat, both of these teams coming in here vying for that first win on the year. Stakes have never been higher here. Although it's only week 3, you got to get 1 win eventually, and starting it off as soon as possible is the best way to do it. Folks, we're loading in now. On the left, God Gaming. On the right, Swear Society. This one's going to be a good one.
Absolutely. I'll make the barest of predictions I'll make here, Corn, is that God Gaming will take a single map at least. That, again, will be the first if that happens. Back to the middle, always going to start. Nobody really getting up to Eskies quite so far. That's Nick Vulture and Co. trying to get in there. Not going to happen so far for Vito. And approving that name, voted off the island. 45 seconds on this. Swear Society getting a little bit of pressure. Now Seeker will make that not the case. AK-74 not going to get it done for Seeker. Saiku trying to come up. Now he has triple targets to pick from. Can't land on one. Does get taken down.
Smash in the corner over the top. Semtex will find one. However, it will be an immediate trade. So Swear Society back in towards the point. They've got some control right now. Of course, they were able to get a little bit of time in middle map, but the more important thing that we need to look for is the player number 8 and where he spawns out over towards the street. What that tells me and what that should tell everybody else is that God Gaming have pushed up necessarily far enough to where they are affecting the spawns of Swear Society over towards the back. However, with the kills that do come through in middle map and the contest that has still gone through, God Gaming don't get that last 20 seconds of time in its entirety. Swear Society have those rotations. They'll get in towards this point early on, but it is going to be a parallel spawn for both of these two teams over towards that B Street and the Eski side.
Yeah, so no team really coming out ahead. Already been several different lead changes so far. Splash tries to keep this one up outside. Not going to happen. Last member over there is the Dreads. He's looking to get involved here as well. On board of the Saiku. Looking to the outside. I think just kind of waiting for some teammates to really get going at this. Not sure if he knows if Vito's on the other side, but we'll find out soon. Saiku try to come through. Not going to happen. Splash. Saiku both following Seeker on the other side as well. Dreads showing his own here. Big 2-piece.
Yeah, it's going to be big, but the problem is if you were to get maybe 1 or 2 more kills there, it could have potentially affected negatively the side of God Gaming, looking for those rotations over towards P3. And this is what I was highlighting initially when we were talking about this Moscow hardpoint map. You see the side of Square Society starting to push up towards this B Street, but more importantly, God Gaming has already secured themselves those deep spawns for P3. More importantly, they'll get the time. God Gaming, they need to be careful though, because Square Society is making a bit of an unorthodox play here for this push towards the back spawns. Instead of opting to go towards the front and make a pinch play on this hill, they're going straight for these back spawns through middle map. However, the back line of defense is going to be there. The ARs come through. Saiku on a 1 spree with his teammates there to help. Vito will fall. Another one around the corner. That's going to be great shots. Looking for even more through middle map. Great hold thus far. They've got to get inside of this point though, because now the side of Swear Society is trying to push straight to the front.
It's all about those spawns, as was highlighted there. Now, God Gaming all together, spawning close by. That's Vito trying to get a word in edgewise. Not going to happen so far. Carl, Splash, both providing great cover here as Splash follows to a well-placed Simtex. Carl looking to pop back up. Saiku follows to that one. Great job so far as Swear Society holding down these hard points once they are set up here, Corn.
In the corner. Love this play from player number 8. Looking around the corner. We'll find the first. Slides around. Almost able to smack there on the Splash, but for the time being, it will be God Gaming who do get that first break initially. It is going to be Splash with the second in a row. Here it is going to be Vito in the doggy door playing away and escaping with his life. You'll see the respawns now come up for God Gaming as they're going to try and push back through middle map, but no gold control for them thus far. Vito's inside, again, wisely playing these corners. We saw him do the exact same thing over toward the initial push when the side of God Gaming started to push towards P4. So with 40 seconds left, Square Society has gotten themselves back in towards this point, and they are the team that was able to take a map off of Living Nightmare. Something that has been a very tough challenge for a lot of teams to do thus far inside of Season 3, showing the respawn prowess a little bit off here in the very beginning of this one. God Gaming needs to step it up here in a big way if they want to even have a chance at climbing their way back into this one.
Yeah, so Nick Vulture not necessarily doing the same numbers-wise as his teammates, but almost more than a triple up, or just shy of a triple up, from Vito and doubling up from Carl. Big stuff coming out there and really kind of spelling out why there's a score difference the way it is right now. About 4 times up for Swear Society. Looking at the numbers on the other side, just reporting the news. Splash 10 and 8. Numbers like 3, 12, 6, 11, 9, and 10 aren't going to get it done for God Gaming.
Carl. 2 swift kills with the Krig is going to be allowing a little bit of presence in middle map to be opened up. Nick Vulture in towards with the SMG, allowing that very close, kind of creating corner aspect when we're talking about those fast-paced SMG players. When you're able to get up in the faces of your opponents like Vito and Carl, it's going to allow your team to have not only the control for that initial push, you're also going to allow your ARs to get into really nice positions to find those last couple of bullets if you're not able to find that initial kill. However, though, as Seeker flies in, he's going to be able to find one, but pinstripe kill feed will go in the way of Swear Society once again. They'll get those controls of P2 spawns, but really God Gaming, the only place that they've been able to set up and hold down for a good majority of time was 20 seconds on P3 and being able to play this scrappy middle map hardpoint. But again, Swear Society will be completely happy, fine, and able to give up this time. They're just going to be setting up for the next hill. However, look at the mini-map right now. Players number 5 and 7, that's Carl and Vito. Those SMG players now have been able to push back up through the street. That's a tough hill to climb because you're facing a bunch of ARs who are now trying to play out that way. Get some great timing there on the Dreads, but Dreads escapes with his life for the time being. 50 seconds left. Nobody inside of P2 just.
Inside, and Dread wins it. Does take shots to the back at the end, so otherwise a beneficial situation turned neutral at least. Nick Vulture trying to get something done on the entry, not going to happen so easily. God Gaming doing a great job of coming back on this one after, like you said, some impressive performance there towards the inside. Looking to watch position here, and Seeker doesn't even hear it. Psych on the second, Dreads for the third. Carl turning it on here. Fantastic stuff.
5 in a row here, too. He's going to be looking for potential
yeah.
streaks here as well, Tugboat. That's a huge thing because we talk about streaks all the time and how important they are in a map and how they can dominate the entirety of the complexion of a game. And especially if Swear Society, with about a 100-point lead right now, is able to get that utility in their back pocket. Piece 3 and 4, hell, even point number 2 are very easily accessible in the way of streaks to where you can push your opponents all the way out either into a spawn trap or just get them off that point entirely to where you can push up and get yourself those spawns. However, it's going to have to come here in a little bit. Carl will fall, so that's not going to be the streaks. However, they are going to be able to have one more player here in the back spawns. Positively, in a 1 versus 1 here with Seeker, the reinforcements will spawn directly in the library behind him, though, so it's not just going to be one. It's going to be all 4 players from the side of God Gaming getting towards the point, making sure they can hold down those spawns, but more importantly, getting inside of the hill for the time being, because that's the only thing that's going to bring them back into this game besides winning those one-on-one gunfights to initially break in towards these hills.
Yeah, a lot easier said than done. We'll see how that goes. We're now going to hop into a little listen in action for Swear Society. Back with the casting in just a minute.
Gold dead.
I'm gonna push the globe right now.
Yeah.
It's one back.
I
don't see anything globe.
Going to checkers.
No, one was in gold.
One's checkers on me, dead. I'm going gold. I don't see nothing.
Can't see anything bust. I'm trying to see back bust.
Elbow going gold.
I'm pitching around gold.
Yeah, back bust got me. I was trying to go back bust. One's back bust
Gold
right
dead.
now.
One more gold.
I spawned street. I spawned close to green.
One in gold.
Yeah, I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him. They're not.
Bust.
Bust.
Hold up.
Yeah, good shit, dog.
He's top bus.
Lay down.
Blink and you'll miss it, McCornmeal. That was
Really?
on the beginning of a pretty nice little comeback. They were getting pulled up at more against him. A lot of purple across his left side, so that's going to be a stop for that momentum as of right now. 60 points or so, still doable. That's 1 full hard point.
Comms were clear, concise. A little bit chaotic at times, though. Maybe want to clear those up just a little bit, especially when the side of God Gaming was making that comeback. That kind of is a sign of what might be to come if God Gaming gets a little bit closer, because Swear Society, although they have that advantage early on instead of this game, when you do have a little bit of cluttered and chaotic comms like that, it's not going to allow you to hear information and be able to basically quickly accumulate all of your players into one spot to take out those forces that are trying to push through. So got to work on that just a little bit. That's, again, nitpicky as it seems. However, Swear Society is a middle map, and what they did on this rotation back to middle map was, again, they forced God Gaming back into those deep bank spawns and kept themselves on the side of P2s. Even if God Gaming is able to get time in middle map once again, just playing this contest for the time being is going to be huge. If you're the side of God Gaming, you've got to get aggressive here, get them out of the point, and have a chance to get those rotations for P2, something you have not been able to do all game long as we hit the second set of rotations. The third set of rotations here on Moscow.
Yeah, we said it wasn't just going to be 2. Now, throughout the thick of things, I apologize. I kind of blink and you miss get situation too. Carl, I feel like every single time we check in with him, he's on a 5 streak. He just died, now starting the first one. But 31 and 8, man, only a single-digit amount of deaths here in this hard point. Again, third rotation starting now.
Shades of a Sporto from what we saw yesterday inside of the last match of the night. for our Wednesday matches. Seeker, though, pushing up. Carl there with the Craig shots over the top. Not going to be able to find the second. However, God Gaming did find themselves those back spawns in towards PD. However, with the players from God Gaming, they weren't able to win those initial gunfights, and Swear Society was able to push not only through the front line, but also the back line to get themselves the spawns once again. They can still win off of this hard point. God Gaming trying to push through the door, but they will not be triumphant in their attempts. Player number 1 still there, not going to be able to continue that regeneration. Needs to just stay in the corner, pushes out onto the Semtex, but has to fly forward. It is going to be Seeker there trying to get out just a tad bit, but look at the team plays right there. They break in the front for a minute, so that will allow the side of Swear Society to not be able to win off of this hard point, and God Gaming can live to see another hard point. However, with those rotations that they have over towards P3, the last time we saw that, they got broken into. The first time we saw it, they also got broken into. Swear Society look great. 20 points will get them the win. At the next rotation, it's going to be about 9. They're pushing through middle map right now, trying to go for those spawns.
It's a decent start for God Gaming here. Psycho following there towards the end. Always going to be about that second kill, second contact. Hardpoint up, God Gaming decently over, and Psycho spawns miles outside. Different area codes where he's spawning. We'll see where number 1 spawns in now. Much closer. That's going to be a gift from the heavens for God Gaming.
North side control for GG's. Swear Society pushing to the back. It's going to be that first blood there. That might give them those spawns. They've got more players past that half side of the map, and that's exactly what will happen. You'll see players number 6 and 7, Vito and Positive, both spawning up in towards the back. All they need is 12 seconds to win this game. 27 seconds left on the clock, and that's a testament to how much time has not been accrued by either of these two teams. There's been many moments where neither of the players from either of the sides of this game have been able to get in towards that point to stop the clock from ticking down. However, here, with 4 seconds left, Nick Vulture will turn around at the wrong time. The final break comes through here for the side of God Gaming. They'll get in with a second to spare, but if you're the side of Swear Society, all you got to do, rotate on over towards that next point. Nobody is there from the side of God Gaming. That's going to do it unless player number 4 can make the biggest play of his life here from the doggy door. Won't happen. Vito's there. GG's in the chat. Swear Society will take game number 1, 250 to 147, a 103-point victory to start things off. It's a great way to go if you're the side of Swear Society. That's the second map that they have now put inside of their repertoire inside of Season 3 of K7. The problem is they got to close out the series still.
Yeah, a 3-0 in control in the first against Living Nightmare. Now the second map, a 250 to 147 against God Gaming. Just inside that 100 points. So fantastic stuff from them. Once again, this I got to say, I don't think that's really fully possible without Carl just absolutely dumbing out. I think he finished tripling up on that one. Fantastic stuff. Moving on into the raid, search, and destroy here next. Anything to really be wary here? Anything to be watching, Corn?
I was muted. Well, if we are talking about search and destroy and we're talking about how raid stacks up against the other maps in this game, again, the design philosophy back in Black Ops 2 on these maps was much, much different than what we do see now. So search and destroy plays a little bit different on raid compared to these maps. What do I mean by that? Well, specifically, let's talk about how aggressive this map is going to be played by those SMGs and even the ARs as they start to push through the map. What's going to be happening initially is going to be those SMG players getting up close and personal, either through middle map or around towards ring. Maybe not so necessarily with those SMGs, however, those ARs will be able to watch over the top of that, but just the amount of pace that should be played on this map, at least at the higher level, should translate down to what we see here inside of this game. Again, the hard point was a bit unorthodox with how much time was ticked off the clock and not accrued to either side for a very large amount of time. So it could be the same kind of thing here where we don't see what would be, I guess we can consider normal and normality for search and destroy. But I do expect a lot of aggressive gameplay because map control on raid, especially in search and destroy, is the most important part, even in middle map over towards the ring side as well.
100%. Search and destroy a game mode, we're definitely going to see this come down to the wire and kind of be literally differences of individual seconds. God Gaming has, say, 5 extra seconds. There's 5 points off of Swear Society's total right there. We could still be watching that game go, especially the way that God Gaming kind of had just these big surges of really dominance over individual hard points.
Yep.
Again, could still be watching that one. We'll get this one started here in just a second. Again, raid, search, and destroy. We'll see how preferences go. Obviously, there's one kind of preferred side, a search and destroy bomb site that is generally going to be preferred by these squads. See how that goes, and that's always going to be like kind of decided, like Corn said, by those entry fraggers as the SMGs.
Well, It's a little bit difficult to get over there initially, but once you get set up there, it's going to be almost impossible for the side of defense to break if you're able to get the bomb down over towards B. Possible for retakes a little bit more when we talk about that compared to the likes of what we see over towards that water side in A, but the map breaks down. It's a great 3-lane map. It's one of those old Call of Duty classic maps that is, I mean, there's a reason it's inside of the rotation right now. Again, I said the design philosophy is a little bit different in how they make the maps nowadays. However, that doesn't change how good of a map Raid was back in its time and how it still plays extremely competitively inside of this game, even fitting all 3 maps and modes. Obviously, we did see Hardpoint Black and Black Ops 2, but Control, the first time we do see that on Raid this year, and it plays so much better than even the 2 maps that we have inside of the game. Is that a knock towards the 2 maps that we have for Control? Absolutely. Checkmate and Garrison do not play well. The defensive side is completely and utterly the better side, no matter where you're looking at it and which way you take it from. The offense either has to get lucky or just has to play their cards extremely right and not slip up even once. But folks, as we get ready for the search and destroy here on Raid, it is going to be search, not control. We'll talk about that when we get to it. However, we will see this map once again for that control once we get in towards map number 3. Swear Society up 1-0. The side of God Gaming looking to retaliate here and tie the series up 1 apiece. Tugboat, let's kick off our Raid search and destroy.
Absolutely. The search and destroy starting now. They take this map. God Gaming will have found their first map win. A classic to have it on the classic Call of Duty map here. We'll talk more about older maps. I've been asking everybody what else, like what if there's a second map to be brought into the competitive rotation, what it would be, but we'll talk about that later. 15 seconds on board Dreads here, and keeping the attention towards the middle. I'm not sure if it's possible for him to really know that Nick Vulture and Vito on the other side. Vito probably going to be meeting him here soon. Checking the back and more. That's Dreads. Swear Society at a disadvantage as of right now, just man-wise.
Bomb will go down over towards B. 4 versus 3. God Gaming at the advantage with the bomb down, but I said beforehand, B is a little bit more easy to retake on the defensive side after you allow that bomb to go down, so we'll see it. Now basically switching the halves here. Swear Society on the defensive side looking for this post-plant push. God Gaming can just sit pretty for the time being. Nick Vulture goes in through the door, somehow finds the first. The second kill there will go for Dread, so now a 1 versus 3. Dramatic changes his name from Positively. It is a code name, however, the shots won't be there, and neither will the round win for the side of Swear Society. God Gaming, 1 up in the search and destroy thus far. Great start for them here in this round. However, they've got to go on a defensive round now, and now they know how aggressive the side that Swear Society is going to be. So how are they going to counter that on the defensive side? Are they going to be able to do so? It's all going to come down to just sitting back a little bit and waiting for them to come to you. Adjustments in mid-game are the most important thing in search and destroy.
I am with it. Second round. Might be anticipating some really aggressive play after the first, like, I'm going to say third of this game. We'll see how that goes as we get to it. Only 1 player fell for God Gaming last time. Again, they take the search and destroy round. That was the first for their K7 League season thus far. Streaks now on 3 for Man Dreads. Nick Vulture biting the bullet towards the middle and bomb down, so that comb is definitely going to come in. The rest of God Gaming going to be knowing that one, keeping the attention to the top. That's Island on the other side there, as Island is now a lonely one indeed. Looking up top, Saiku definitely knows where he's at.
Saiku,
That's it.
huge 1-on-1, wins it. God Gaming, 2 rounds in a row. Swift, concrete. That's all you hope for in a search and destroy. I mean, it's really come down to winning those 1-on-1 gunfights. We talk about it all the time. Most important thing in Call of Duty is shooting your gun straight and being able to find those kills. God Gaming, they weren't able to do that inside of map number 1. That was apparent, however. Search and destroy is a different beast. Allows for different teams and different plays from each of the respective players on the map. And thus far, God Gaming has been showing that this might maybe be one of their stronger suits. Obviously, there's some better teams at Search and Destroy when it comes to the entirety of the K7 League that have bested them beforehand. However, that doesn't mean that they are a bad Search and Destroy team by any means necessary. Seeker pushing up, nobody in top laundry. This could actually be a huge play if he's able to find this first kill onto Carl. Will do so. Sneaks away with his life. Saiku looking back around as well. It's going to be a 1 versus 3 essentially over here towards the site, but Saiku makes good work of the player that pushes through. So now 2 versus 3. God Gaming once again an opportunity to get this bomb down. Swear Society looking for the retake.
It's now Saiku with his second objective play here. Big stuff already just starting third round. Vito getting close and personal with it. Last alive, 2v1, knows where bomb is and where it's planted. 30 seconds or so. Rotating around, doesn't want to give away the position by any means. Now coming across from the middle. He can pretty much guarantee those. Okay, no, kitchen rotation. Not against this whatsoever. both Seeker and Psycho, as we can see with the X-ray vision, are not really looking around that way. Now Seeker bringing it up and not going to matter. Sneaker seeks this one out and finds it. 3-0 now for God Gaming. This is a nice little run, Corn. We mentioned it earlier. Square Society, their one map win coming into this was a 3-0 on Control. We're staring down the barrel of a very similar situation for God Gaming. Now at 3-0, halfway there to an undefeated search and destroy round.
I'm not sure if I love that rotation through the kitchen, because here's what I like to think about a search and destroy, right? You have that player, when he gets that first kill in a 1 versus 3 technical, or at least technically, he got the kill over by Art. From the side of Swear Society, they're going to be looking, or rather God Gaming, they're going to be looking directly where that player from Swear Society was coming from, so you know that they're going to be set up and waiting to try and get those trades. Instead of pushing back through middle map and making that long flank where it only leaves you about 10 seconds to find both of those two players, or one player can just run away and play the bomb, just fly through there. Have the confidence. I know your team is down 0-2 at that point, but if you're in a 1v3 anyways, it's not something that you should win. Be a little ballsy. Make a good play. However, Swear Society, they get the bomb down this time. Nobody has been able to get a map or a kill off the board yet. It is going to be the side of God Gaming who now have to be at the upper hand advantage and the force of a retake. They haven't had that opportunity or really need to do that thus far.
Yeah, now God Gaming in a disadvantageous position, just numbers-wise so far. Playing coming to the end. This island definitely saw that up top. Kind of baits out a little bit. Pulls the Simtex, not the move right there. Now, even numbers here. 3-3. Big flood from the top here. Vito taking down one. Looking for the second. Not going to happen. Splash. Give him a huge just flurry of bullets on this one from the back. And Swear Society take their first search and destroy round. I thought there was... Because I don't know. I guess I was lost. I thought there's 2 players left still.
Well, there was, but it was only 1 player left on the side of Swear Society. Or excuse me, from God Gaming. Swear Society goes ahead and finds the kill there on the God Gaming's player. And, I mean, Splash got called out instantaneously from across the map by Carl, who was playing that white van. Both players from the side of Swear Society were playing spread out, but close enough together on the site to where they could play those long lines of sight and be able to find trades immediately if needed. However, gives them a little spanking on the turnaround there and says, no, you can't do that to me. God Gaming will be up 3-1 here instead of the search and destroy. However, Swear Society with the first round of an offensive win, now on the defense. It's a little bit easier here. Should be more advantageous for your roster. Can they go ahead and get it done? That's the big question on the board right now.
15 seconds. This round's looking similar to the last with a much, much slower play. Island over there. Simtex down, does not get any damage, so no information, but now they know the bomb has been planted. Carl providing a little overwatch. Leaves money, moves to the middle. Yeah, wholehearted rotations, but this is going to be a split push now from Swear Society. 2 at the front, 2 at the back. All 4 members of God Gaming sitting outside closer to waters. Nice view, not going to happen. Seeker finding the first, cross the middle, 20 seconds to go. Defense definitely at a disadvantage here.
Just a hard retake. It's extremely difficult to push back up once you got all the players there. However, still 2 players alive for the side of Swear Society. Now at 2 versus 2. They've got to hop on the bomb, though. That's the biggest thing. Not enough time to even get on the bomb. Now, even if they find those last 2 kills, it won't matter. Great shots there from Vulture. We'll take down the player on the head glitch in bedroom. But you got to realize where the bomb is planted for if you are the side of Swear Society. Again, you're playing a very, very passive game. Once those 2 players from your team fall in middle map, it's very difficult to have any sort of presence on the way back, especially with how difficult it is to break once those players from God Gaming are already set up over towards bedroom in those power positions with head glitches and ARs. So, Tugboat, that really begs the question here for the side of Swear Society. If you can't win a defense like that and you let the team of God Gaming just push up directly onto the site and get it down instantaneously in that round, how are you going to be able to win any other rounds instead of the search and destroy?
This is fair. This is fair. There's clear advantages there once you do go on offense and get that first step down. The complete positionings there. The entire board, the table has been flipped once that bomb gets planted. And so far, that has been happening very easily for both sides. Swear Society gets a dose of their own on that one, but then unfortunately can't make a whole lot. Or excuse me, on defensive side, don't go to a whole lot there. Now plant coming in. This is Nick Vulture. Gotten 2 objective plants now so far. Positions taken from all these, 2v2, pretty even here.
His teammate does go down though, so you are left in this position. Splash gets tagged up, not going to be able to find the kill. Nick Vulture gets some unfortunate timing there from Dreads. Dreads, though, makes a great play. Has to look, now it's Carl. Doesn't know where the other 2 players are. He sees Splash, though. He's going to be able to find that first kill. Hops out the window. The player now flanking through Laundry. He knows he's either going to come through one of the windows or the staircase. Slides through the door, not finding the kill. Carl clutches up. Swear Society, that's a huge round win. That's the difference between 5-1 and a 4-2. if anybody's ever watched Call of Duty before, at least in your head, you should know that a 5-to-1 advantage is much more stern and staunch than a 4-to-2 advantage. And that wouldn't seem like common sense, but we are casting Call of Duty here, so
higher level math here from a cornmeal. Many years study at university and whatnot to bring us the mathematical insight like that. There you go. God Gaming, numbers-wise, again, very impressive. Splash, technically the worst at 4 and 5, is a situation I'll take as a manager for a search and destroy team any day of the week. Decent numbers from Carl and Vulture. Both of them decently even, as well as Carl is now on a solid little streak after a big show up there towards the end. Splash falling first as well. God Gaming not going to be an advantage for this one. Nick Vulture pulling out the Pistola, trying to get it done there. Does get his reload off, and that's the big number. Shots from the back as he pays attention to the top. Not
one of those situations where you got to hit your shots, Tugboat. I mean, you have an easy 2-piece lined up for you. Just that right stick, you're just moving it a little bit too much. And that's one of the things that people can get kind of concerned and mixed up with in Call of Duty. It's like, you need to aim with that right stick, but at the same time, you can strafe back left and right, and it's going to allow you to be a harder kill on the map while keeping your aim in center where that other player is. And if you are going to flick, don't flick too aggressively. Keep it slow, steady, and you'll win the race 9 times out of 10. However, on the offensive side, God Gaming with the bomb can get this down towards B. Nobody from the side of Swear Society making this play yet, but again, they try to check over towards A. Not going to be able to see anybody there, so they have to know that the other 2 players are playing over towards B. But Swear Society, they played this way too slow. They're going to meet in middle map here as Vito's going to be coming around the corner. Stun's going to be out. The trophy's there. Not going to be able to find the player on the bomb, but it should go down unless he can get a little bit of a peek. No, retake's going to have to come through somehow.
Perfect
Swear
angle.
Society are able to get the bomb down.
Saiku right there with the absolutely perfect angle. He's got to know where players are coming from after the E from the trophy system initially, and then just, again, perfectly positions himself that action that was going to be coming from the middle. Saiku falling. Definitely knows where it's at. Dreads the top. Gets a little bit of a wallbang action. Yeah, Island has, 7, 8 more shots he was able to wallbang. That might have been it for this. 20 seconds to go now here, Corn. Get up close and personal. 74 US. God Gaming. Another gift from the heavens right there. A 1v1 situation as they take it down to about 17 seconds. They lose there. There's still plenty of time to defuse.
That jiggle peek, man. Oh. Savory. That's like my mouth is watering after that. I mean, Tugboat, when you see a good play in Call of Duty, it gives you the
salivary glands. You tell those dogs, right?
And at a certain point, you're like, Lord, forgive me, please. But I mean, right there, you see a jiggle peek around the corner, pushes back, allows that player to see him, but then it gets a little bit aggressive there, and then just that pre-aim is going to be rewarded 9 times out of 10. Swear Society now at match point. Rather, they're down. God Gaming.
Yeah, that's
one more good round.
A lot easier for him. A lot more easy for him. Third plant coming up for Nick Vultures. Vito just looking out, and Swear Society putting a bow on their 3rd round win in the search and destroy. Still a bad situation. To hold the constant here, just going down by 5 unless you're obviously at 5 as yourself. Not going to be ideal situations. Still on map point here, and God Gaming just spitting distance away from their first map win here in the K7 League Season 3.
Another offensive round here from God Gaming. It seems like every time they've been on offense, Tugboat, they've been able to get to the bomb site and get that bomb down. God Gaming. They go to a site, Swear Society. They try to get middle map control, and that has proved to be folly for them. Pushing over towards this left side ring. Shots in from middle map are going to be ringing home for the side of Swear Society. However, the problem is they aren't able to find that first blood, and Swear Society has the complete control of B. What they've got to do here is they've just got to go ahead and get that bomb down. I mean, realistically speaking, you've gotten control multiple times. You get that down initially, then it's an even harder retake as it forces the hand of Swear Society, but now you allow them to get a little bit more set up. 3 versus 2, bomb still in the hands of God Gaming. I just don't like the passiveness on offense when you know you can get that bomb down. It's just hunting for kills that aren't there necessarily at the time being. Yep. You're putting yourselves at an even further disadvantage potentially in the round by not getting that down. I mean, maybe a wrap to A here can catch the opponents off guard, but a retake from mid is over towards A is much easier than a retake from mid over towards B.
Yeah, obviously they don't know exactly where they're at, but just the entire idea of leaving a player back just to go up against 1 versus 2 in a situation that most players are going to lose out, and then at that point you just eliminate any advantage you do have. Yes, you start this timer over towards A, but that's a different situation. Vito falling, and this one made much easier for God Gaming.
Unless a magician pops out of the hat. Dramatic.
Carl took a 3v1 just a minute ago, right?
He did.
Just last round, yeah.
Had to be a little bit spectacular here. Dreads called out, splashes there, gonna look over towards Tiki. The shots to Dreads aren't gonna be able to find the kill, but more importantly, he gets shot from the side. God Gaming take their first map of Season 3. They'll put themselves on the board, tying the series up 1-1. Now it's time for the control, though, Tugboat. A map where I think the side of Swear Society just has the side of God Gaming bested for one simple reason. They took the control 3-0. Not 3-2, not 3-1, not a close game. A complete smothering of Living Nightmare, who is basically at the top of the division right now, still 3-0 on the season. They took a map off them. That's no easy feat for a team that's 0-2 with only one map win.
I hear you. Not just took a map off him, ripped a map off of them, snatching victory from jaws of defeat and everything in between on that one. Again, against Living Nightmare, a Division B team that is a little bit higher up in the standings, we'll say. As it is, Swear Society fighting their second map win here. God Gaming finding their first map win across the K7 League in pretty fine fashion. Unless I'm wrong, Corn, they were up 4-0 at one point. 3-0 at one point, excuse me, and then they lost that round, and then kind of going from there. So Swear Society's progress a little bit more, spread out across that search and destroy round. But that was Raid, and we'll be heading back to Raid again as a Swear Society squad that did fantastically on this game mode against a very, very tough squad in Living Nightmare. We'll be back with you guys, more Call of Duty action here in just a minute.
Checking a repertoire, I got that rep on par with the best who did it. I just get it how I'm living. Shout out to the ones that with them. Think that I wanted to ransom with ends gold dog when I'm in the building. And it's kind of ironic, who would have thought that I'd be the hottest? Never came close to being no bitch, but you know Snow was the fucking product. Tell me who won it? Not what you wanted, bound to be iconic, baby. You got it. Let me get that love and that's 100, checking the proof on it. When I'm in the spot and I catch the feeling, raising the roof on it. You know that we going about the head. Way up, y'all ain't ready. Blaze up the whole damn city. Did it for the West Coast, did it better than most. Did it with a little soul, couldn't do it alone. So I did it for the squad, now we doing the toes. You know I did it for Detroit, that's why they see me hustle hard. I got the drive and muscle cars and work ethic on my father. Y'all respect him cause you gotta, love to hate him, but you oughta know you gotta give him props for the way he kept on riding. Now it's fire, 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 I'ma burn it down. These haters all can get the noose, they plan on hanging around. I'm letting loose, when they see me they ain't making a sound. I'm living proof, they turning on you, we been holding it down. But still I put on for my city, man, I put on for my city. Yo, what put on, I suggest you paying dues and you getting busy. Ain't the one to put on anyone that has been riding with me. Whether they friends or they enemies, gonna have to miss me, dog. We bout to head way up, y'all ain't ready. Blaze up the whole damn city. Whoa, 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 nah, nah, nah. Get up, I know y'all hear me. Show love when I'm in your city. Whoa, 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 nah, nah, nah.
And we are back. A short break it was. Back to the raid for our control map. I'm FBI Tubboat here with my man McCornmeal and Connie down there producing. Swear Society at 1, the match point. Win 1 there at hardpoint, 250-147. God Gaming at 1, match point. 6-3 on the Search and Destroy.
Okay, well, that's how you start off a game right there. If it's not God Gaming finding 2 entry kills, it's Carl coming through and finding 3 on the retaliation. Holding this head glitch over towards the staircase, that'll be 4 down, not make it a 5th for the side of God Gaming. After a break that looked extremely good with how aggressive that they were playing as a 4-man together, it's all shut down by Carl, who's 4-0 right now looking for himself. Maybe a bit of streaks.
Fantastic stuff. The lives differential, we'll call it, now really starting to kind of separate here. Island is 0-0, so Dedeviant, excuse me, Caster Curse at its absolute worst. I'm sorry there, Island, that's my fault. Vito is 2-1, Nick Vulture was 2-2 a second ago, Carl 4-0 on a 4 streak himself. All of those on objective as well. So I think we kind of have our point position here, man, like kind of that anchor position. Carl now on his 5th. Big AR play coming out from him, man.
We can hop on board with Carl. I was going to say hop on board with Carl, however, as the 5 streak comes to an end, so does the hope and dreams of streaks coming true. Sheep around the corner will be able to find some shots, but not able to find the kill. It's going to be Seeker finding 2, Dreads with 1, and now Dreads on a 4 streak, hopping on the objective. That'll come to an end. Seeker now making himself on a 4 streak, but that'll come to an end. So no streaks from either team right now, just yet. However, progress back over towards A after the B push does not come through. Swear Society on the back foot over towards A. However, they can hold steady and hold strong over towards B.
2 and 5 now. Nick Vulture put on a 3rd. True bird of death indeed. Gets a little bit of stream pressure. Those 2 quick ones makes it look easy. There's the 3rd. Almost. Seeker coming through with an AK-74U over the top. Chrome to the dome.
Advantage for the side of Swear Society. Carl will make that 2 lives. God Gaming now looking for the retaliation over towards B. They added an extra minute onto the clock, so they've about 35-40 seconds tick off the clock here, making this push back over towards B. But they're in the spawn side of Swear Society right now. Shimsach coming through. It is going to be the player in Sheep who actually is able to call out everybody from the side of God Gaming pushing through the back. They can just play a little bit more passively, wait for them to push up, but in a really bad spot right now, especially if they can't make a pinch come through if a couple more players do go down. Great pick there, though, is going to allow the side of Swear Society to have the man advantage over towards the point and still retain that inside of the round. However, the push through basketball courts, pinstripe, kill feed, 1 versus 1 back over towards the point. But look at player number 7 and draw your attention towards that building over there where the bedroom is. Can watch not only the spawn trap, but has a great pinch play that you can see all the way back over towards that B line of sight where the top money window and the cutout cannot. Source Society in a great position here with 22 seconds left on the defense.
11-4 is Carl. Getting man started out 4 or 5 streak. Can't exactly remember the big stuff from him. Regardless, Nick Vulture treating this 74U like an AR and sending shots to a different zip code right there. Only a few seconds left. Offense has to get on right now. Vito coming from the back here. No respawns left. There's 1. There's 2. Vito finding it easily. Looking for the 3rd. Diamante out. Not going to matter. Time reached before he does get rewarded anything more on those kills wise.
Defense holds strong. Again, we'll see it once again at the very beginning. Carl's 3-piece that holds the entirety of A dormant and allows his teammates to push back and get that last kill on Splash. I love what the side of Swear Society was doing right off the rip. There was no way that a trophy system could have been used there, so they're able to push up onto the point very, very quickly with everybody there in a flurry of flying yellow colors. However, the Yellow Jacket command squad does not come through. Swear Society is able to sting back with their own firepower. Hold strong over towards A. Now a full B push for the side of Swear Society. It's the exact same thing we saw over towards A, towards B this time. However, this might just work out in perfect colors for them.
Vito, finding that one a little bit harder than he found his, last 3 on stream, but very impressive stuff from there. There's going to be just outside the first tick of progress. Going to be looking for Island right there. Just absolutely crashing over them. Everybody coming through courtyard except for Syke, who's looking at money, looking out for money. Just getting on out of the best block. There's no V there. That's what Mr. Miyagi said. Saiku looking still alive up top somehow. He took 74 U shots, took XM4 shots, eats them for breakfast corn. First take a progress here on A, the Swear Society squad. Big stuff as B just went, done, dusted. Swear Society coming out on top in the control, like we may have predicted. Again, 3-0 against Living Nightmare earlier. It was ridiculous.
mean, they got that B very, very quickly. That's an extra minute on the clock. However, A is actually quite difficult if you do control B first. You can control the spawns if you are the side of God Gaming. However, all it takes to capture A is one good squad wipe, and that's the same for any map or any mode where you can get a control of a site. However, Carl up and towards Kitchen. Shots in the back. Seeker and Saiku will find a pair of their own. Swear Society on the back foot once again. They'll be back on the respawn block, and look at where the side of God Gaming is pushed on the map right now. Play number 1 forces everybody from Swear Society to spawn over towards bottom bedroom. They now have the water control, but this is going to spawn God Gaming closer towards the point, or as I thought they would. Player number 3 can now make a huge flank play. 8 and 7 need to be aware of this player coming through on the flank. Not going to be able to do so. Player number 7 wrapping back around through jungle, trying to find that last player alive. It's ring around the rosy over there, and finally player number 7 will find the kill. Could be a little bit of position here if Carl's able to win his ones. Not able to do so. Back to the respawn block they go. God Gaming hold on strong here towards A.
Okay, 10 seconds ago, 15 seconds ago maybe, Swear Society was up 22-20. Just like that, God Gaming comes striking back in every way, shape, and form. They just dropped 2, so making a little bit less of a point here, but I'm still going to make it regardless. The big, strong voice there, too. 12-12 for Nick Vulture. 80 even, 15-9, 16-9 for him as Carl finds another one. I'm getting tired of saying it. Every single time we look at Carl, the man's committing mass murder. Edgewise damage from that Semtex. I think Psycho just thought maybe between perks and more he would have been able to lift with that.
They stack the point. The contest is there. Hit is going to be Dreads who finds 1. Now Seeker finds 2. Rather, it was Seeker who found that first kill. So pushing back on towards the point. Beto with 2. Now 3 there. It's going to go down. Swear Society, although it was closely contested there at the very end, are able to go ahead and win that scrappy pinstripe fight between the two teams. They'll take the second round here in the control, put themselves now at match point. And this is exactly what we kind of expected. You know, after beating the side of Living Nightmare in the control, 3-0. We would expect a 3-0 here, or at least a similar scoreline toward that. But more importantly, respawn for the side of Swear Society, so much better than the side of God Gaming. I understand that God Gaming now has a very good search and destroy team. However, if they even want a chance at winning this series, either A, they've got to show out inside of a hard point, which I don't think is possible after what I saw in that map number 1. But second of all, they got to get to a search and destroy and be able to win that too. So God Gaming on the back foot now. Swear Society, they're going to be pushing on the defensive side. Not as fast of a push this time. Tugboat over towards A.
Yeah, this is a wholehearted commitment to the hard point. Last time, one member didn't get exactly there, but they're not going to matter. God Gaming getting a first little bit of progress, but Carl is there to make this a non-issue. Drop shots attempted. I think he hit a couple of those. Now Diamati out. Burst shots over the top, not going to matter. Using Van and more for cover. Nick Vulture with a teammate there. Now opts for the flank action. That's number 2, Splash, moving in from garage towards this hard point with his teammates. I love how Nick Vulture has kind of chosen not 1 but 2 gunfights in a row now, and has not played his life out in a finite respawn game mode. That's what I'm trying to say. Another one right here, 3rd in a row. Smart engagements, takes it there. This man could have died literally 3 times in a row now, chose to simply come back, and now he's turning a positive from a neutral at best.
That's what Vultures do. They lurk, wait for the prey to be killed, and then just swoop in for the after effect. Nick Vulture finally will find his demise there from the shots from the Hunter. The middle map, Splash on the far side. Carl takes the shots, but won't be able to take the gunfight. Another one pushing out through middle map. Beto was able to make a huge play with a 2-piece the last time. We'll find 1, now make it 2 in middle map. Artillery barrage now to use for him as well in terms of streaks. The side of Swear Society looking great inside of this this control. However, A does get ticked off the board. They do go ahead and give that up. They decide to shock a little bit, but
where is it? Where is it?
There he is, finally.
Psycho actually gets scared by that and dips out. Well, the getting is good. That was some of those like comedic. We said ring around Rosie earlier. That was it. That's the clip right there. Different game being played now. Tied up match score, but not tied up in the control whatsoever. Now Swear Society breaking out in the lives pool as well as their 2-0 lead from matches. Everybody in garage, that's going to make mincemeat of Vito up front, but him and Nick Vulture have had no problems finding a lot of pressure across this middle gardens area. Kind of put that ass in the corner and just made the most out of it.
Vito right there. I kind of crap myself. Seeing all 4 players spawn up and towards the garage. That's a hard gunfight to win even 1 kill against. Unfortunately for the side of God Gaming, they take the thorn out of their side and spawn. So they'll push back up through middle map once again. The peg leg For the side of God Gaming, a little bit unfortunate here as they're pushing up through the map. They've got half of a working body, but not a full cohesive unit, as the side of Swear Society is able to find a couple of more kills. Splash will find one onto Carl, just staying alive, waiting for the reinforcements to come through. However, Swear Society, they'll get reinforcements back over towards the point faster than God Gaming can get pushed up the map. It's going to be Vito who finds 2. Vito looking for the 3rd, almost able to find another huge 3-piece. 26 and 12 for Vito, 26 and 15 for Carl. They're continuing to lead the way for this roster. Both players on the inside of Swear Society also having decent games, but more importantly, you got to highlight the players when they're hot. Carl and Vito getting it done here for the double S's. They should be able to win this game here on out. Nobody even close to getting back towards the point. 1 versus 10 won't be able to do so. The Vulture cleans up the prey. Swear Society regain control of the series. A 3-0 in the control, 2-1 up here in this best of 5.
Swear Society, we talk about search and destroy teams all the time. Maybe Swear Society just really showing out and maybe being that control team. Who knows? Fantastic stuff from them, as has been what we can expect from this squad. Swear Society striking back in every way, shape, and form in a 3-0 fashion here on the control. Fantastic stuff. Now, what this means, of course, is that Hardpoint went handedly towards the Wave Swear Society. Striking back in every way, shape, and form is God Gaming in the search and destroy, and then Control going handily for the side of Swear Society. This is back and forth. Are we predicting a tying up map coming up next from God Gaming on the Hardpoint? Push it to a map 5? Doesn't seem like Cornmeal has confidence. I got to agree with you, honestly. After a 250 to 147 performance in the first hard point, yes, this is a different map. No, it's not a different game mode. I'm muted, my friend. I can't hear that big, beautiful voice.
You always want to have confidence in the team that's down inside of a best of 5 series. You always want to think that they might have a chance to come back, make it a bit more of a competitive series. They did that inside of the search and destroy, however, with a 250 to 125 win inside of that first hard point. And of course, that 6-3 victory, or rather 6-3, excuse me, the 3-0 loss in the control. Both of those respawns not going in their way handily whatsoever. They were barely able to have any sort of control there in the control, although they did have a couple of glaring moments that I thought were at least a bit of a key to point out. You know, they had that great team push at the beginning over towards A. They were able to stop the side of Swear Society's pushes a couple of times, but in the overall generalization of that map, that's specific things that we saw. Those are little moments inside of a bigger picture. Those puzzle pieces didn't connect all the way through. They were missing a couple throughout the entirety and weren't able to finish it off. Instead of the hard point, I think that'll be the exact same story. However, they can prove me wrong, and I hope they do. Send this to a map 5, but we'll just have to wait and see. Map number 4 here, though. It is going to be a Garrison hardpoint tugboat, a map that is in the rotation, but lightly.
It's present. It's there.
It's there.
It shows its face when it needs to be, I suppose. So, yeah, Garrison, I always say the same thing. It's a very busy map. Very, very just involved. Everything all the way through. We would talk about kind of classic 3-lane maps on other maps, and we don't really say that about Garrison so much for a reason. Even with the kind of the inclusion of this under tank area that you can run through, there's so much different in verticality. I'll use the word there. That this is again busy.
You know, that under tank that you just mentioned, the little vent kind of push that you have, it can be useful, but really at the end of the day, it's not great. You know, because when you really think about it, when it all comes down to it, you can run through the bottom there and then hop up and maybe catch a couple of people off guard. However, there's so many lines of sight from either side that people are going to be holding anyways, just looking around the map, that if you do hop up through there, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to hop up into somebody's line of sight unless you have 2 to 3 players down from the other team and then are just trying to get into the back line to maybe be a little rat. But here on Garrison in control, it's all about holding spawns and making sure your opponents can't push up through the map. Here on Hardpoint, it's a bit of a different story. Still going to be a deathly difficult push out through Satellite from top green. We'll see which team can take control of the map early on here. However, Garrison Hardpoint, it's on our agenda. It's map number 4, Swear Society, an opportunity to take this series in a 3-1 fashion.
Yeah, that is what is on the docket if you're a Swear Society or a fan thereof. Taking the Hardpoint, big stuff for them. It was the second control point they've taken of the K7 League Season 3. We see how this goes. On board the Dreads first. Unlimited respawn game mode starting now. Right down the middle, no other way to push it. Kind of entry stuns and more. Blinds from multiple players right there. Attack mask showing up why players use it. We'll just say it like that. Beginning of Garrison hard points. Beginning of Garrison period a lot of times.
It's scrappy. Point number one is always scrappy on every single map. I mean, there's only been a number of maps in COD history that haven't been a very scrappy P1. They're always either placed in middle map or at the middle of a map on either the left or right side, where both teams have a pretty much equal footing when it comes to power positions and head glitches that they can use in their favor. However, the unadvantageous side here actually spawning out nicely for the side of Swear Society. Look at the spawns, though. Left side of your mini-map, God Gaming, all those yellow arrows looking over towards P2. However, Vito, not actually being shy from holding off from last map, able to find that first, but won't be able to find anything else. Carl there, but Dreads with the Diamante will find him shortly after. So the way of the pistol comes through for God Gaming. They get the rotations, 2 seconds remaining before the pop. Swear Society now looking from the outside in.
Yeah, God Gaming a little bit further out spawns. Nick takes out one right there and does not... does take out the second one? Not 100% sure. Not going to matter. Dreads holding down point. Longer range shots mailed from here from Carl. Again, what we've come to expect. Much closer, 74U singing true. That's what we've come to expect from the hardware, but not necessarily the players, because again, Carl has been showing up in every single one of these. Correct me if I'm wrong, Corn, but man has been positive KD-wise across every single one of these games so far.
Not just positive KD-wise, but glaringly positive. I mean, it's been a very luster performance here from the side of God Gaming, but Carl from Swear Society has been able to be that equalizer time and time again, being able to work wonders. However, here with Seeker on a 6 spree, not sure if he has streaks just yet. Towards the back, it is going to be Splash finding one. Seeker's just got to get in to hold this time here for the very initial pop, because this could give him streaks very well inside of this game. Maybe one more kill will be the deciding factor between just an artillery barrage or that cruise missile as well. But on a 7 spree now, we'll hop on board with Seeker. He's got to get one more kill here in middle map. He's just going to see the head of one, shoots around the corner. He's stunned out, but still gets the kill. 2 streaks in the back pocket, 8 streak to start off map number 4. This is what you want to see out of God Gaming, a 60-point lead early on.
Yeah, exactly. Again, just quoting scores here. 250-147 was the first hard point. Yes, it was a different map. Maybe that's what's really coming in here. A lot of Garrison prominence coming out early from God Gaming. Looking from the top down here, Corn. 30 seconds left. Vito finds one. Seeker is that streak in it for right now. Not going to matter. Nick Vulture taken out immediately afterwards. Carl finds one again, as this is just slowed down a whole lot. God Gaming looking like they're very happy with this one. Initial rotation started from 4, 1, and 3. Everyone but Psychus, he's going to put a pass there. 8 more seconds, gets a lot from it. Not going to matter when Vito's taking 2 across the middle.
Look, Tugboat, I'm a man, and I will admit to defeat in predictions. Right now, God Gaming, they look like they just turned on their monitors for the first time inside of the series besides that search and destroy, and are a very competent slaying roster. They've moved around the map together. We saw out of Dark right there in the last push before P number 4 eventually popped. They sent 2 out, they got picked, and then there was an immediate trade that came after the fact as well. They're playing together. They're playing good. They've got top green right now, and Swear Society can crawl back into this one. It's a map that you can strain together a lot of time and a lot of hard points on, but if you're the side of God Gaming, you are so happy. After those first 3 hills, you're ecstatic, you've got momentum, you've got to keep it though. That's the biggest thing here going forward.
20 seconds plus here, and I realize what it is. God Gaming chose to utilize one of our partners. Probably got that rogue energy going on here. I know you guys can't see me, but I'm doing the Vanna White thing, kind of posing it up there. Pretty sure our partner's over there, rogue energy. Hammy, it might be. If you think so, that was the purpose. Last few seconds here, God Gaming. We're looking on. Next one, much farther spawns coming out from Swear Society. They're going to be fighting to get on into this one. Nick Vulture has had a lot of prominence on this spot so far. See if he can continue that with Dreads down bottom and Rat Hole.
Can I get a hashtag sexboat in chat?
Hey, there it is.
Boat himself. My goodness. Strapping lad. The stash for miles and miles. Heard, seen all around the world. Especially in the Call of Duty community. Swear Society, though. Their last 2 holds have been heard inside of this hardpoint, and God Gaming's calls not being answered, though. However, Psyche flies through the front door, able to find one, looks for the second one as well, and there's 2 in a row. To push back in towards the point, it's going to be 3 down for the side of Swear Society. Now make it a 4th. God Gaming, they look great here. Split spawn now coming through. 2 players up towards top green. 2 players out spawning towards tank. They've got to be careful, though, here, because they've got to read this spawn correctly, but more importantly, they are going to have to want those spawns for P2 as well.
10 seconds or so given up. If you're in God Gaming's position, 60 points up, that's going to be an easy peasy decision. Looking to the next. We talk about Money Hills all the time. First in the rotation is always hotly contested. Second one may be a different story.
Going down for the time. Swear Society been able to gather a ton of points off the last couple of hills. Points number 4, 5, and back to number 1 have been their mainstay here for the last, I'd say, 60, 70, 80 seconds. However, now, as the artillery barrage comes in, he's still got the cruise missile to work with a little bit later on, but that's great news if you're the side of God Gaming. You've broken back in towards P1. Swear Society got the first 15 seconds. You've clapped back with 15 of your own. Now looking for the rest of it here. It's going to be turning to scrap time in just about 5 more seconds. Looking for the rotations over towards P2. Player number 4 in Dreads is already set up on a 4 spree over there. 18-5 here inside of map number 4. Again, when your back's against the wall, you are going to be able to hopefully pull off the impossible, or at least have the momentum inside of the series. Desperation calls for desperate measures. Dreads thus far has been able to go ahead and pop off when it's needed the most.
Vito continues to just be a sneaky, sneaky snake here, man. Flanks or more, doesn't matter. You can get the shots from the back no matter where you're at. Good stuff. Top green, it's gonna happen much easier for Psycho, but Vito coming in on this one. More streaks involved as Seeker now rains hellfire from above, finds not 1 but 2, and that's gonna put a cap on top of this hard point here for Swear Society. They have spawns, they have positioning, they have top green, as long as, there you go, Island can take it, and Dreads with it.
Oh my goodness!
What's going on? How did I miss that these players, 22 and 7, yeah, that makes sense, okay. I was gonna say, how the hell do I miss that he has these many, these many streaks going on for God Gaming?
Oh, I mean, yeah, at the very beginning of the game, you saw Seeker find 2 streaks as well, so now they have 2 more in the back pocket. They still have an artillery barrage to work with, too. But again, I love that you said that and pointed that out. Perfect utilization of those streaks that they have in their back pocket. You see them breaking towards those outside hills. They're not going to use them in points number 4 and 5 unless absolutely necessary. They use the artillery barrage over towards point 1. It was able to find a kill. That was what allowed them to break in and get about 30 seconds of time on that hill and extend that lead even further. Now, Swear Society does have those back spawns. However, you do have that artillery barrage once again. Now it's the question, do you use it now and basically secure this win in your hands, or do you wait a little bit longer to see if Swear Society has anything to muster up for a comeback? And with Vito and Island both being on streaks right now, 7 combined between both of those 2 players. Maybe you're looking for more streaks. Now make it 8 combined for both of these 2 players. 1 will fall. Vito's still alive. Carl in the back will fall as well. So spawn's still there for the side of Swear Society. God Gaming, again, on the outside looking in, but the contest will come through.
This entire matchup here on this hardpoint has been marked by Swear Society having a fantastic hold on these hardpoints, and then God Gaming, in some capacity, being able to strike this back about 40 seconds or so, and at least take a chunk. That included with God Gaming's huge just kind of preference, and the lion's share of these hardpoints coming off is what has netted us our totals right now, 196 to 128.
Yeah.
A lot of back and forth here towards the middle is Swear Society spawning a lot closer to the old one, not necessarily to the new one though.
Talk about, you just saw 15 seconds tick off the clock where neither team was getting points on that hill. It's exactly what we saw in game number 1. That's why the game clock had ticked down so far, because there was so much empty time not being controlled by these teams. You just got to get inside of the hill. I love that Vulture was able to just wait before he jumped in towards the point there, get some shots over the top, and then hop in. And that's something that is okay. You can wait in, 5 seconds, but at the end of a hill, scrap time for the side of Swear Society is huge. They were spawning back there. They did have a player that they had to take care of in sort of tools where he was being a bit of a rat, causing some mischief, but at the end of the day, you got to get points. That's how you're going to win this game. 203 to 147. You're still down by about 60 if you're Swear Society. Now down 70. You're looking for a break back into this game. How are you going to be able to do so, especially when God Gaming has continued to slay out?
Carl not finding the same prominence there. Swear Society has answered this in a lot of fashion, but again, without teams getting on point as much, Nick Vulture has really been the namesay there for Swear Society. Just playing positions very, very well, not necessarily dying unnecessarily. Now new hard point, God Gaming all over it, spawning farther out of Swear Society. 25 seconds to go here, Corn.
This is going to be where it's tough. God Gaming, they're in the driver's seat right now. They can just cruise control all the way home here with a cruise missile, potentially, if they still have one in the back pocket. Swear Society trying to break through the front door once again, but look who it is. It's Dreads. Dreads now on a 4 spree. Gets 3 in a row. 30 and 15, 1 minute and 12 seconds in the hill. Seemingly doing it all for the side of God Gaming. 2 more seconds, ladies and gentlemen. No contest comes through. Swear Society loses a huge hardpoint map. Exactly what we saw in map number 1 flipped on its head. We're going to a game 5, Tugboat.
Yeah, very similar scores. What was 147, 250 in the first one?
It was basically about the same score. Yeah.
Exactly.
3 points.
Yeah, exactly. So interesting stuff, but flipped advantage there. Interesting stuff. We came through just based on the information that we had. God Gaming not doing the best on the hardpoint, but it seems like the change in map has really been the name of the game there. An incredibly busy Garrison map nets a now tied up situation, basically a one and done here for the Moscow search and destroy. Yeah, it's
We're
here,
going
like
full
you said.
circle.
It's present. I love it. I love it. Start on Moscow, ends on Moscow.
Yes, sir. And that's exactly what we love to see. However, Moscow hardpoint, Moscow search and destroy, again, 2 different modes, but completely different sides of the map where you're really wanting to control. For the majority of Moscow, you're wanting that B street control as well over towards P2 and 3. However, this time, you're not going to want to control any of that area. You're going to be wanting to be over towards A. A is the preferred bomb site here on Moscow, over by the Eskies. Allows for a lot of variability and versatility with the way that you're playing the game, and with no snokes, no snipers, or any of the like due to current GAs inside of Black Ops Cold War. It's going to be interesting. It's been interesting the last couple of months, rather a couple of weeks, to see how these GAs affect the game, and we've basically settled ourselves into a really nice meta with the M4 Krig and the AK-74U with how this map is played. Expect those SMGs to be getting up in your face and being extremely aggressive early on, but also expect those long-range AR players to be able to do a lot of work holding down middle map and over towards B Street, especially on the defensive side, looking for a couple of scraggling offensive players.
I'm with it. If you ever play in Moscow, especially Search and Destroy, you're never going to go broke by just focusing on escalators up and down. There's a reason why this is always so hotly contested. It's a easy break from the Search and Destroy bomb site to the next. And just having that vertical positioning once again, you get set up here and you win these individual gunfights, Search and Destroy rounds. These rounds will go quickly, Corn, I promise.
Yeah. And if we could go ahead and flash up the graphic real quick of our current standings here inside of the K7 League before we actually get into this map for our final game number 5. The very bottom, you can see God Gaming 0-2 with an 0-6 map count. Swear Society just above them, not doing much better though. They've got a map to their name already here inside of Season 3. However, with both of these two teams going ahead and finding maps inside of this series, God Gaming now have a 2-8 map count. And for the side of Swear Society, it's going to be 3-8. Both teams looking for their first win here inside of the K7 League. If you were looking for a good match before you got up into this one, well, folks, it's been delivering here in game number 5. It looks to be no different. God Gaming off a very hot and spicy map number 4. Force a game number 5. A game mode that they won in map number 2.
Yes, sir. Carl sent down south towards B, which makes sense. Just want to be able to cover that one, cover all the bases. On board with Vito now, he's looking for more. Disadvantage, God Gaming as of right now, 2-3 on it, as Carl should be getting up here soon, or you just want to leave a player there to kind of be acknowledged and keep the information there?
You know there's players over towards A. You'd like to see player number 5 rotate extremely early here, especially as Vito goes down. Now you only have one player left alive over there, so Tugboat, I think they just answered your question right there. Now not having any presence, player number 5 can rotate back up through SPs. You might have liked to see it a little bit faster. Love the double chow right there. That's communication showing that they're playing together. Bomb should be going down here, but this is exactly what we saw last time. God Gaming, they do not plant the damn bomb. They are stubborn as hell and will not get it down. Saiku fires, looking for the player pushing through middle map. Carl's got to be like, why the hell is he not planting this bomb yet? Now it's going to go down, but it's some unfortunate timing maybe. That's going to, sneaks around the corner, finds the shots there. Carl will do it, and that's why you got to plant the bomb. If you're God Gaming, learn from your mistakes in game 1. Although you won their game, I get it. You gotta plant the bomb. It's search and destroy. You were in a 2 versus 2. You got that kill, traded out. You don't know where that other player is. Who cares if you get some bad timing? It's the first round in the game. Get the bomb down and add some more time to the clock. Force the hand of your opponents. Ugh! Pissing me off.
Yeah, and the thing is, where my mind goes to here, Corn, again, look at escalators, but ultimately, if he had started that plant 2 seconds earlier, he would have been able to use the entire bomb site as cover. Nice little heady coming up from top. I mean, it makes sense to pay attention to this a little bit, but but at that last, when you know players not close by, yes, Carl was the last live, but it also came off the back of him just sitting over towards B and spending a lot of time there. Swear Society pushed that to a 1-on-1 when it didn't have to be, is what I'm saying.
Splashing towards right. Oh, I love that play. Backseat driver going to be able to find the shots with the M4 over towards the B Boulevard. He's looking nice, sitting pretty. He can just sit here and wait for the players to push up because that is a hard gunfight to take if you're the side of Swear Society, namely Elk, who has had his name changed multiple times. It's Island, for anybody wondering, but it is a code name inside of the game. Around the corner, Carl will be able to find Sneaker. Oh my goodness. Tugboat, great shots with the Krig right there. Makes it a 3 versus 3 and ties us up. No advantage thus far for either team.
Yeah, really just putting on a master class about why gun still should be involved in this 3-gun meta. Dreads the nice Hail Mary right here, tying it up instantly. Both kills, both sides come immediately after opponent finds one of their own. Tied up 2-2, 25 seconds or so. I mean, much easier said than done for Square Side to get on top of this. Come across the top, half wall, and we're back to a 1v1. That's Splash versus Carl, and Carl wins again. Manda has not died across 2 rounds of Search and Destroy. He was up 4-0.
That is beautiful. Look at this. We'll illustrate that one more time for you. The double chow out. Carl's there, barely loses any health on that chow. Splash has a nice little bit of a strafe going back towards that left. However, all he's got to do is move that right stick just barely in order to keep onto the head and body of the player from God Gaming. Swear Society take 2 quick rounds. Tugboat, this is the complete opposite of what we saw on map number 2. You were just alluding to that as well. Now for God Gaming, it's a completely different map. It's not raid anymore. The aggression, maybe not being able to play to your strengths as much inside of this map. How are they going to go ahead and find themselves changing up their gameplay and adjusting themselves to this Swear Society roster? Now won 2 quick rounds in a row. No thanks, of course, once again, to Carl, who's got 4 in a row again. Tugboat, how many goddamn streaks is he going to get?
Yeah, I mean, showing up in the Search and Destroy streaks is a significantly different story. We'll just put it like that. No need to elaborate.
Oh my God,
that really is what Carl is a third of the way away from. It is a monumental effort, Herculean effort, but that just got a little bit easier. Much easier outside, and there's another one. He's so close. Adds the little holes to the body and the backside as if he needed one. Splash falling outside. Every member of God Gaming down. Swear Society, again, completely flipping the script here. This is a 3-0 run for God Gaming on the Search and Destroy and Raid. Now a completely different story from country and all. Here from Moscow.
I can't tell if he wanted to shoot the bodies or not there. We'll see it again here. He gets the first kill here inside of the beam bomb site, looks around the corner, and then as Dread comes around, he's able to find the shots. He pre-aims the body again, looking like he wanted to go ahead and shoot the body right there. Maybe just give it a sign of disavowalment or something along those lines, but...
I got to ask, though, if the answer is that sooner, he would have had better positioning on the next that came up, and again... He takes that kill. I'm not sure points-wise, obviously, those aren't represented entirely in the right side where streaks are at, but would have been very, very close to it at that point. Maybe just the pride before the fall. Who knows? Who knows?
Absolutely.
Swear Society is not looking at a fall whatsoever.
A lot of Krigs on the map. Something we see on Moscow. Maybe we don't see on necessarily a lot of the other maps as well. Krig is there's a lot of long-range head glitches on this map that are very, very difficult to go ahead and muster up and win. And talk about when you have a Krig that barely moves on the map, if moves at all, and can go ahead and basically 3 to 4 tap every single time if you hit your headshots. It's very, very deadly. Same thing with the M4. 74U is still useful to get up and get position. We'll see Vito go ahead and lead the charge here for the Swear Society.
Back to A, that's where it's the popular place to be. It's where the kids hang out. Splash knows that. Takes down 1 so far. Splash taking the second across half wall. Bricks, not going to be enough cover for you. Doesn't check the last corner. Doesn't matter. God Gaming finding that even off the back of a impressive Swear Society performance there towards the end.
There we go. God Gaming round on the board. Splash leading the way for the side of God Gaming in terms of slaying. The same thing that we see on the counter there from Carl. 6-1 for Carl. I believe that was 6-4 now for Splash as well. So with God Gaming now having their ability to find that first round, that's momentum in their favor after winning that hard point. I mean, certainly you can't break down and lose this map, you would assume, or at least go down 3 rounds that early, but that's exactly what we saw in game number 1. I mean, talk about this is the exact same scoreline, quite literally. It was a 3-0 for Swear Society in this Search and Destroy. God Gaming had that in game number 2 after getting spanked in the hard point, the exact same scoreline. So picture perfect mirrored images back to back. I'm loving this right now.
Duality of man showing its ugly head here in Call of Duty. Seriously, all 3 rounds going to God Gaming round number 2. Next one going the other way. Exact same round. Swear Society takes this one and then loses 2 in a row. Then we'll literally be watching the same exact match, just on a different map. And with different winners, different narrative entirely. Much slower play here from your God Gaming squad. Not really against this necessarily. I think that Swear Society's kind of push where they start, like they ended up kind of, again, over closer towards offensive spawns aren't necessarily a bad thing by any means. But flipping around kind of giving, not necessarily like flanks and whatnot, especially with, like, they have to know that these players are watching these. It's a full 4. There's nobody's fallen yet, no advantage. They have to wonder what's worth trying at 22 seconds.
Well, here they come. 3 players push onto the site. A is one of the hardest sites to retake here inside of Moscow and Search and Destroy in general, but it is going to be Dreads who finds the first over towards A. They find 2. Last one over towards Office. Going to be able to find the shots on the site. Kuba won't be able to find the kill. Both players from the side of Swear Society over towards the back. The bomb will go down. The kill will come through from Carl. 8 and 2 on a 2 spree. Now Splash takes down Carl. Now it's all going to be up to the Lonely Island in a 1 versus 2 scenario. The retake has to come through. Peeks his head, rears himself over towards that right corner. Shots on the Saiku, won't be able to fall at first. They're going to back off. They're going to play together. Saiku trying to get that head glitch over towards the right side. Now it's going to be Island backing off. Does he have enough time to make this play?
5 seconds on defuse, right? And you're going to have to take down 2. Look to the left. Shot's going to come into his back any second. Nope, they're going to come from the front. He finds 1. Not going to matter. Playing the position perfectly there. Again, getting the shots in the back right there. We have now broken from our narrative. In game number 2, God Gaming took 3, then lost 1, then took, I believe, 2 more before they led up to, but that theme has now been broken. Again, I don't know. Yeah, from this position, literally this position that we're looking right now, you can go right or you can go left, right? Like going right down the middle, challenging 2, not going to be the name of the game, but going all the way outside, interesting stuff. Just taking to the foot to the marathon instead of the sprint.
I mean, he tried to catch the opponents off guard, which I think I can understand. And it almost worked. Give him credit, it almost worked. The players from God Gaming weren't necessarily playing extremely close together like they were initially when he was pushing out of the office area, but I digress. Swear Society now on offense. They're going to be pushing over towards B. It's only going to be 1 player in Seeker. He's going to call out that first player, not even able to get 1 shot on him. That's going to be basically a waste of 32 shots. Still going to have enough to go ahead and clutch up the round here, potentially, if they need to. But again, it's just going to be fire back and forth over the top. It's catching the side either A, off guard, or just buying time for the teammates to start pushing out. You're going to see player number 1 back all the way off to the police department, trying to play that angle if they do push up. However, that gives up the entirety of the B building, Tugboat. That's not advantageous if you're the side of Swear Society.
It really isn't. The kind of positioning kind of coming through here is almost maybe a little bit more predictable, as busting out glasses and more. Vito's there. Nick Vulture trying to join. Barely getting away from this one. 32 HP left on that. The rest of the squad here is in every way, shape, and form helping them out. Saiku now finding the first. A full 60 seconds into this. So again, we've kind of been seeing some slower rounds that simply don't start until about 2/3 of the way through this time.
Get the damn bomb down! What is wrong with these 2 teams, Tugboat? They know that they've got progress. It's only 15 seconds left. If you're the side of God Gaming, you know you can just fly into this point here in a second, and you have the man advantage, so you can win the majority of the gunfights. However, with that equalizing kill, it's a 3 versus 3. They finally get the bomb down, so there it is. Swear Society on top here in terms of the round count in the round as well, with the bomb down. 35 seconds for a retake from God Gaming to come through. Dreads and Splash making their way through the small door. I mean, Vito's just going to be looking there. He's got that trophy down, but they're all going to hit through the back here. Player number 1, he's been playing very slowly all the way through. Codename An Island just needs to play his life here. He's just got to stay alive and let his teammates do the work. It's going to be a trade instantaneously. Swear Society, they've got to push into the site, not only get 2 kills, but also go ahead and find the defuse as well. So God Gaming on the back foot. Swear Society looking for the player over towards the right. Splash is there pushing through. Can he go ahead and find the kill here? No. Nick Vulture's there. 1 versus 2. Not going to be enough time. 5 seconds left. Vito gets the kill anyway. Swear Society stay on top. 4-2. A round that was desperately needed from God Gaming after they had that 4 versus 3 advantage fall short. Tugboat, it's not looking good here. They won 2 in a row before. They can do it again. However, we've seen how good Swear Society can be in chaining rounds together as well.
Absolutely. Both teams looking for their first match win here. Taking it to the numbers. Fortunately, Seeker has not found a kill across now 6, starting the 7th round of Search and Destroy so far. No ejected plants or defuses either. Only one actual plant on the side of Swear Society. 3. Saiku's really taken that task upon himself. We saw the exact same thing in the Search and Destroy that God Gaming had a much better hand in, but this is a different story entirely. The middle, Saiku and teammates moving slowly, not against this, very methodically. His defending team is now forced to really give as much respect to B as they are to A.
We didn't see him push their middle map. Carl has no idea where they are. He's just looking around, but I think he might have recognized they're going to be coming over towards B. So here it is. over towards the back. Didn't see Seeker, but Psycho on the bomb. Going to be able to get it down. Carl can go ahead, but he goes out towards that left side door. Try for the Ninja Defuse, but gets the first kill instead. Psycho falls. Splash falls as well. Carl, no surprises with a 2-piece there. However, now they got to get this bomb defused as well, but it's a 2 versus 3. Retake versus Swear Society should, in theory, be easier. 25 seconds now. Dread's in the window. They've got to find these couple of kills. All they need to do is wait till 7.5 seconds and keep these 2 players alive.
I'm with it. Dread's knows the intention. Shots in. He's going to get spilled on by 2. Now 3. All down for God Gaming and Swear Society. Again, spitting distance. 5th round goes their way, or excuse me, 7th round goes their way. 5-2 map point, match point for Swear Society.
It hurts on the retake here. This is I mean, Carl got lucky as hell there. Like, that's all you can say. That's great COD timing. Of course, he slides out and finds a second player there, but he was going for the Ninja Defuse, or at least it looked like that at first. It looks like he was just trying to slide up onto the bomb, just play a little sneaky, a little snake. Get up on there.
The grass, yeah.
I mean,
it works 100%.
Yeah.
But like, all of these rounds have what? We haven't seen like a full defuse yet, and almost all of these rounds across 7, 8 starting now have just been pushed to kills multiple times. Changing up the themes, the strategy and tactics there. Going for Ninja Defuse, not a good thing. Vito taking a little bit of damage. Dread's getting punished for his efforts there. God Gaming tying it up. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, you can't fault him for making that play there. You didn't know that the 4 were going to slide around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams have found a lot of success with 4-man pushes, and like it just has to be a case that's kind of got to be invested here for Moscow. Search and Destroy can be so up and down, but again, you have 3 teammates at your sides. Very rarely going to go broke playing like that.
Eski's push, clear for the time being. Tugboat 2 versus 2 here inside of what could potentially be the final round. Swear Society have the advantage. They are at match and series point as we speak. However, Saiku, Seeker, the last 2 alive for the side of God Gaming. Not the 2 top slayers, but they can play a little bit more passively here, waiting for this push over towards A. Player number 3 wisely wraps back over towards A, doesn't see anybody cross over towards B, knows that they don't have enough time to make this rotation now. They're going to get up onto this bomb, though. It is going to be a plan now. If he just sneaks around the corner, he will be able to find the shot. So now, he can just stay alive. They've got to both just run away, or they can get the kill. It won't matter. God Gaming, make it a little bit closer, 3-5. Comeback potentially starting now. This is where it comes down to clutch time, though.
That comes down to a comeback. That'll be the literal prophetic round 11, map 5, the whole way through. Is that the right word? Is that the right pronunciation? Prophetic, like a prophecy or whatever?
I think so. I believe
I'm not 100% sure. We'll get somebody to look that up or flame me about it. One of the 2, I'm sure. 5-3 for Swear Society against God Gaming as they're looking to put a bow here on their 6th round. It'll be the 10th now starting, or excuse me, the 9th now starting. Math's hard. And with numbers like 10 and 5, Carl stays alive. I think that's going to be a huge factor in them taking this one.
We'll say Tugboat. At the very beginning of this game, up all the way up until about round 7 start, Seeker was 0-5 at that point. Was able to find 1 kill, and then last round was able to find 2. Now stays alive and plays his trades and plays his teammates out to where they can go ahead and slide up onto this site. Player inside of office, Saiku not getting too aggressive here. It is going to be Vito there, who's going to be able to take down Seeker though, but the trade does come through from Saiku. M4 shots over the top, not going to be able to find anything. That's 2 for Saiku. Now Dreads, and he gets taken down, but Splash is there to trade out his teammate now. A 2 versus. So now you plant the bomb fast. Oh, okay. So now when it's all on the line, now it matters. Now you got to get the bomb down. You get the first kill. The player Carl. Why did not Psycho? What are you doing? You gotta trade the kill. He's weak.
He's got to know that he's weak, but that is a situation, an advantage Psycho is no longer going to take advantage from. 11-5, Carl, Psycho 8-6, not bad stuff. Huge streak for him. Oh my God, no way.
No shot.
No. We would have it no other way. Call of Duty Black Ops. Or Call of Duty Cold War, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Well, again, not really sure how you get a more hyped situation than a 1v1 and a 5v3 unless there's a 5v5, unless we'd already literally gotten there. We don't have any other information for you, unfortunately. We're going to get right back into this at the absolute least. I know we'll be resuming our round score there again. 5-3 advantage, Swear Society. Corn, quick break. Anything else before we go?
I mean, that's just punishment right there for Saiku not pushing the Eskies. That's all I'll say. That's punishment. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And now you get connection interrupted. It is what it is. But Tugboat, with that being said, When we get information, we'll give it to you guys. We're going to be back after this. K7 Season 3, Week 3, match number 23. It's been a barn burner thus far. We're still in the search and destroy. As I said beforehand, we'll get you some information after this break. Why?
In Tennessee, we got them girls, grown women, they be popping, they on this shit, so they ain't talking unless it's involving some pride. In Tennessee, we be hustling, if it breeze and we don't trust it, only pussies do drive-bys, we just walk up on your bus. In Tennessee, we rep the city hard, and plus we city sharp, we don't tolerate no disrespect, we'll tear this bitch apart. In Tennessee, we just be living and we take care of our children, if you say that we can't do it, then we'll have to show you different. In Tennessee, about to go get it. Now that whole shit, I ain't with it. I don't get caught up, no feelings. I'm the cleanest out my whole city. I represent the whole state. You better shake my hand with no hate. You see them bigger rims and them bow ties, them heavy Chevys we skate. Fish and steak all over my plate. Cookouts in the winter and the summer. Freaks be in and out of my harbor. All I need location and number. It's the Bible Belt, go to church. I just put barbecue on my shirt. You can have fun, but you better act right. You'll fuck around, get hurt. Shoot them Memphis for them Grizzlies, back to Nashville for them Titans. Then it's off the Neyland Stadium down at Knoxville, so exciting. I can't hide it, I can't fight it. Tennessee runs through my blood. I grew up in the mountains, but it's the whole state I love. In Tennessee, we got them girls, grown women, they be popping, they on this shit, so they ain't talking unless it's involving some pride. In Tennessee, we be hustling, if it breeze and we don't trust it, only pussies do drive-bys, we just walk up on your bus. In Tennessee, we rep the city hard, and plus we
We love Activision servers and whatnot. Apparently and unfortunately, only our spectator observer mode there was the one kicked. Swear Society and God Gaming were able to play that one out. Oh man, I realized it says a match score right there. I was going to go on and on and on about this and like talk for like a full like 60 seconds. But yes, unfortunately for us, the action was that Carl was able to come through, clutch that, take the 6th round there, and push that to a 6-3 scoreline. Again, the complete mirror opposite score-wise, flipping in through there. Sucks. You know, it is what it is. It's nobody's real fault. We just really wish, especially in the map 5 situation, tied up 2-2 coming into it, that we could have gotten that for you guys, and we apologize.
Yeah, I mean, it's no surprise, though, Carl. Every single game, it seemed like, was the stepping stone that the Set of Swear Society needed in order to bridge themselves to a map win. There it is in round 11. Round 11. Yeah. I was going to say round 11. It felt like a round 11 with the amount of built-up energy.
It was match point, map point, like literally on a single search and destroy round, so that's close enough.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what? It is what it is. But Carl clutches the 1 versus 2 there at the end. Swear Society. More importantly, Tugboat get their first win of the season here in K7 Season 3. Ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, they're talking about maps. Sorry. I was going to say, God Gaming got their first 2 map wins as well. This is not another 3-0,
yes,
which is the other 2 they've seen. So, yes, Swear Society brings it back, but this is a round 5 that went there for a reason. That's all I'm saying.
I'm a bit disheveled right now. I can't lie. I wish I could have seen the ending to see how Carl did clutch that up, but maybe we'll get the POV a little bit later on tonight on the timeline, folks. Ladies, gentlemen, Tugboat, I think it's your least favorite time of a broadcast.
Well, for now, this is the end of my casting. We'll be coming back with a 10 p.m. map. I believe that was that rated.
Sure. You can tell me anybody, and I'd believe you.
Hyped and Valiant, excuse me. That's Hyped and Valiant coming in, playing at 10 p.m. The voice from above just kind of coming out and sprinkling knowledge upon my head, and that's how I got that one. We'll be back with there and that matchup coming here soon after a nail biter, a barn burner, a